Good morning, children. I cannot believe it's Thursday already. Can you? So, you'd never believe this. Monday and Tuesday, we listened to what the ladybird heard. On Wednesday, you listened to what the ladybird heard next. Surely there can't be another one. Do you think there is? There is! It's what the ladybird heard on holiday. And here she is, look. She's going on holiday. I wonder where she's going to go. Shall we find out? Do you think she's going to go to the farm? I don't think so somehow. But look, the characters have changed. The animals have changed. Do you think these animals live on a farm? I don't think they do. I think they might live in the zoo. Shall we find out? So what the ladybird heard on holiday, and it's still by Julie Donaldson, and that lady, the illustrator Lydia Monks, has done some more amazing pictures. So here goes. One fine day in the middle of May, it's kind of where we are now in the year, the ladybird went on holiday. She flew to the town to see the sights, the streets, the shops, and the bright, bright lights. She saw the parks and the palace too, and then off she flew to visit the zoo. So where do you think she's gone on holiday? Where might you see Big Ben? Where might you see the building called the Gherkin? This one will give it away. It's the London Eye. It's in London. There's a London bus, taxi. And here, who lives there? The Queen. So the ladybird's gone off to the zoo, London Zoo. And the crocodile snapped and the tiger growled. The lion roared and the monkey howled. The elephant trumpeted, trump, trump, trump. Huh, said the camel with a great big hump. The hyena laughed and the hummingbird whirred. But the ladybird never said a word. But the ladybird saw and the ladybird heard. She saw two men she already knew. They were Lanky Len and Hefty Hugh. She heard them chuckle, ho, 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 we're going to kidnap Monkey Joe. We'll hide till there's no one else about. Then we'll pick the lock and we'll get Joe out. And if we give him lots of fruit, he'll do the job and he'll get the loot. The palace isn't far at all. Monkey Joe can scale the wall. Loot is like treasure, money. And scale is like climbing something very high. We'll find out where the Queen's asleep. Then tiptoe into her room he'll creep. He'll open a sack and steal the crown. We'll soon be the richest men in town. And the little spotty ladybird told the animals what she'd heard. And the crocodile snapped and the tiger growled. The lion roared and the monkeys howled. The elephant trumpeted, trump, trump, trump. Huh, said the camel with a great big hump. The hyena cried and the hummingbird whirred. And all of the animals, feathered and furred, said, no, 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 no. We can't let them kidnap Monkey Joe. But the ladybird had a good idea and she whispered it into the monkey's ear. I wonder what it is. I wonder what that plan might be. So have you had a little think about what you think the good idea might be about? Should we find out and see? Then straight away the ladybird flew to the palace and had a word with the Queen's two corgis, Willow and Holly. And one said, gosh, and the other said, golly. And both the top dogs agreed to do just what the ladybird told them to do. At the dead of night, the two bad men, Hefty Hugh and Lanky Len, checked there was no one else about. Then they picked the lock and they got Joe out. There's all the fruit. He's just looking here, look. Joe must be feeling a bit scared, but it's okay because the ladybird's with him. They carried him off to the palace gate, gave him a sack, then lay in wait. Then they watched him scale the palace wall, and they muttered, "Careful not to fall." Then they rubbed their hands as they saw him creeping into the room where the Queen lay sleeping. Corgi Holly and Corgi Willow, who lay each side of the Queen's soft pillow, were wide awake, and they said to Joe, "Come on, monkey, off we go." They led the way while the Queen still slept, and they showed young Joe where the bones were kept. Then they helped the monkey fill the sack, and they wagged their tails as he carried it back. The two thieves yelled, "Hip hip hooray! And now let's make our getaway!" They carried the sack to a nice quiet park, where the only sound was a distant bark. They found a bench and they both sat down, and Hugh said, "Time to see that crown." "I just can't wait," said Lanky Len. They opened up the sack, but then you should have heard their moans and groans to find the sack was full of bones. Just then a dog came bounding up, and Hugh said, "Shoo, you greedy pup." Another dog was close behind, and then came dogs of every kind. A lurcher and a Labrador, a Peaky, a Pug, then more and more. Black dogs, white dogs, grey and brown. It seemed like every dog in town. They seized the bones and gnashed and gnawed, tugged and tussled, pawed and clawed, then turned upon the robbers yelping, "How about a second helping?" The thieves took off with leaps and bounds, pursued by all the hungry hounds, while the monkey ran and the ladybird flew, with never a stop till they reached the zoo. Then the crocodile grinned and the tiger pranced, the lion leapt and the monkey danced. The elephant trumpeted, trump, trump, trump. "Hooray!" said the camel with a great big hump. The hyena laughed and the hummingbird whirred, but the ladybird never said a word. Oh my goodness, thank goodness for those corgis and that ladybird again. They worked really well together as a team, didn't they? To stop Hefty Hugh and Lanky Len. And they have gone now for good, I think. It said that anyway, didn't it? I don't think they'll ever come back. Thank you for listening.